here 1v1 Jarilo's Forge, blue side. It's forestradio, plays a Grey Knight Brother Captain durable commander that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, very good offense and support fights in melee combat. And up against on the red side is Ace of Swords as a Ravener Alpha tunneling commander with great mobility, can also put out some damage, starts off range combat and has a bit of support. Jarilo's Forge then, no natural VPs, have one northeast, have one mid, have one southwest. A very good map it is, created I believe by London Duncan, who made a bunch of good maps back in the day and also created a very good world builder tutorial back when more people cared about Dawn of War 2. Well, we will always care. Strat squad on the field for forestradio, big changes of course for Grey Knights in 2.3, a lot less emphasis on their stormtroopers in tier 1 with some nerfs, and they now have a frag grenade. We'll see how that goes for forestradio. A lot more emphasis on Rhino play, which now begins the game with a weapon, a gunner who wields a Stormbolter. Will he go for one though? We will see. It's 30 power, 180 wreck. I believe Ace of Swords with the standard double termagants. Sorry for that buggy camera, it happens on this map sometimes because of these high areas here. I don't think he edited the camera mesh properly. Maybe he did, maybe it's just being weird. 477 500, a single cap for Ace, and it's double strike squad for forestradio. He's a big fan of this, I know that for a fact, and we'll see if that Cybolt ammunition upgrade comes into play. Then yeah, their new tier 2 upgrade makes them into a bit more solid ranged unit, giving them 15% more damage across the board and gives their Justicar plasma damage instead of piercing. We help them take down Warrior Brews, that's for sure, and he's going into melee combat here against Hormagaunts with termagant support, and there's the special attacks of the Strike Squad going off. And look at this, he's going to town on these Hormagaunts and more Strike Squad coming in. Wow, they really did well then against double termagants and Hormagaunts in their face. They did really well. 438 500. Got 3 or 4 good special attacks off there from his 3 models, I think. And he's being quite aggressive with his Strat Squad here, chasing down these termagants. Was capping top. It's the Brother Captain Ravener Alpha now taking shots. Maybe we'll see acid splatter from this guy in tier 2, but he also has the awesome Crows Devourer in tier 2. And this is Purgation Squad from forestradio. Warrior Brood is up. So we might see Barb Strangler from these guys. Will be pretty good against the double Strat Squad if he can catch them bunched up, especially. Not sure if he'll want to go into melee with 2 of them, especially if they have We Are the Hammer support from the Brother Captain. His starting buff, such a good one it is. 411 500. There is We Are the Hammer, increasing speed by 1 and giving 15% damage resistance to all allies and the Brother Captain himself, which is important because this guy's really slow otherwise. He's only got 4 speed. 1-to-1 cap. Warrior's not quite finishing the cap on mid though. He wants to come and tie up these Strike Squad. Wow, he knocked down every single model from both squads because they were so bunched up with the passive leap into combat there. Purgation doing quite well. Have suppressed the Warriors now. Takes out a model and didn't lose a Strike Squad model. That was pretty lucky for forestradio. Strike Squad getting away with around 250 hit points on all 3 models. Warrior Brood also getting away though. Ravener Alpha trying to tie up that Strike Squad, but they are smacking termagants in the face, and I'm not too bothered. Hormagaunts in amongst the Purgation Squad. These guys have a Purged by Flame, I think it's called that, an ability which you target terrain and you very much snare the movement of anything caught in it, any enemy caught in it anyway. So it helps them deal with big fat commanders that can't be suppressed otherwise, because those flamers do suppress, as you saw earlier. And they should suppress quicker now because their courage damage was increased in 2.3. Bit more reliable anti-melee, and if you have double Strike Squad alongside, you're going to be able to go in and smack stuff around as well. Triple gens up for both players as expected. I don't think we'll see the other power built upon, maybe just a node, but otherwise it's a bit difficult to protect, especially if these Ravener tunnels around. Oh, look at this, he's gone for Crippling Talon. debuffs damage and movement. That could be a really good call actually. He can debuff the speed of the strike squad if they try and run after his termagants and tie them up. Also the brother captain himself, and there you see the purged by flame or whatever it's actually called going off there, but these guys get out of range of it. Goes after the brother captain, and you said see the red debuff circle there, and he has double toxin sacks up. So we'll see how he deals with this. He has a very good composition against what forestradio has. That Barb Strangler coming into play as well. Smack. Good air effect damage. And forcing off that strike squad. And took a model there. 21 red as you can see. And a bunch of XP shared among all this stuff. Don't see any tunnels around apart from the one in his base on the mini-map. He's capping with his Hormagaunts. They've been more of a liability so far, just bleeding him when they've come into combat. And he's going to try and bash power a little bit. Oh, he's put up a hive node. This should be fun. This thing recently got adjusted. There you see the hive node spore cloud, I believe it's called, which will debuff the outgoing and incoming range damage. So it's actually debuffing the range damage of his termagants here. So I'm not entirely sure why he used it. Maybe he wanted to shoot up those stormtroopers, but now it's going to wear off and he's going to have stuff to fight. Spore cloud got its range, its radius reduced so that you can walk up to it and flame it down without getting your outgoing damage debuff. And look at those purgation coming in. He's going to lose his hive node, isn't he? How much? I think it's 180-20, is it, or 220? 367, 494. Hormagaunts getting trashed. But staying in play here. Warrior Brute get a shot off. That's an important shot. That's going to allow the Hormagaunts to get away, or is it? Bit of a strange retreat, but they do get away. And the hive node lives. But how long is he going to live for? Doing a good job keeping that strike squad suppressed, and down goes one of the models. That's what he wanted, and now he's happy to retreat. What's the DPS of the Crippling Talon? No idea. I'm imagining it's around 60 odd melee DPS. forestradio confused about what's slowing him down so much. It's the hive node. Does it slow you down as well? Oh yeah, it does. It slows you down and damages you. Yeah, damages you if you get close. It's a really good structure. 338, 494 made it even better by the fact that Ravenant Alpha, he builds it instantly. He basically just claws the ground for a second and it pops up, much like when he puts up his burrow traps. forestradio doesn't have a sergeant on these guys, so those burrow traps might do some work for him. Ace. Level 2 brother captain. I'm not sure how he's higher level than the Ravenant Alpha. Suppose he's killed a bunch of little termagants, hasn't he? Down goes the node. But did okay for him. Helped him pressure this area. Didn't take down the generator though, which is what he wanted to do. Did get a strat squad model. And we're going to see, wow, we're going to see Purifiers out in tier 2. This is going to be fun. But a Tyrant Guard up straight away from Ace. And I don't think they're going to like fighting the Tyrant Guard much. Maybe if he can buff those Purifiers. He does have Mind Blades, of course. And he can use stuff like Excommunication Global to stop the Tyrant Guard going into Shield Wall. You can also use it to stop those Crippling Poisons going off, of course. But I think he'll want to spend the red on something a bit more substantial, like killing a Tyrant Guard if he can. 321, 494. Doing well with this Crippling Talon is this Ravenant Alpha, but he's forced off there. Here come those Purifiers. These guys kick some serious arse. That Justicar there has a melee heavy Demon Hammer. The other guys are power melee, and they have an ability called the Psychic Field, which damages units over time with plasma damage. The damage gets higher the longer it's on the field, so you don't want to stand in that thing. Especially the Barb Strangle Warriors. Oh, look at this, he's switching to Adrenal Glands. So we're going to see upgraded Hormagaunts as well, maybe even Genestealers on the field. Genestealers did get a price reduction, so you might be wanting to get them. Oh, look at this, we do see Endless Swarm Hormagaunts. Here comes the Tyrant Guard. Ward goes up on the Purifiers. That staff now has a great new model, as you can see. Purifiers, wow, taking a lot of damage even with that ward support. You saw Hell Fury and the Psychic Field over there. But that Tyrant Guard is bad news for those Purifiers. He needs his strike squad to get their Justicar and Psi bolts, maybe that extra plasma damage will really help him out against the Tyrant Guard. Tyrant Guard is super heavy infantry, now goes into shield wall, gives it vehicle armor and regenerates its health. Number 2, Brother Captain. Let's have a look at that Nemesis warning staff again. Don't bug out, Mr. Camera. There we go. Great new model put together based on a tabletop miniature. I'm not sure what one exactly. 321433. Strike Squad getting their Psi bolts here, as you can see. The other guys, the Purgation, have their Psi cannons, which got a number of buffs. Astral Aim got buffed a lot. As you can see, 14.4 explosive damage splash, which sounds amazing for 3 models to have that, but that is gradual damage. It's not delivered in a burst like a missile. So you do need to hang around to get the most out of them. Purifiers going in, going after the Warrior Brood as they should, and they're going to get at least one model there, you would think. The Nemesis Warding Staff is a power weapon, and that tooltip I believe is wrong now because the damage for this thing got nerfed in 2.3, so I don't think it is 83 DPS anymore. So we'll look into getting that updated to whatever it is now, if they can work out the DPS. Purifiers down to 3 models, not wanting to reinforce right now for whatever reason. 321417, you can see Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, I should say, resigned to capping duty basically, and if they meet those Hormagaunts trying to cap, they're in trouble unless they get their frag grenade, which they don't have. You need the Sergeant for that. Oh, double energy burst on the Tyrant Guard, which drains all of its energy away, as you can see, and snared it there. So that's a really good tool to use versus Tyrant Guard. Is he going to finish it off though? He's not. That's a big pain in the arse. He didn't get to finish it off. Capillary Tower's up. Purifiers are now reinforcing back at base, and nobody yet going after the powers, apart from that brief attempt Ace made with the Hive node. Stormtroopers coming back up to cap the VP. Is going to be a 2-to-1 for Forest Radio. Yes it is. I assume they both have Psi bolts, and that's what the plus icon is there. Purification used on our Brother Captain to give him some energy back. Maybe he should have, well, maybe he should have got the Nemesis Force Sword instead to give that really big buff to all of his units, but it would give him much less damage himself. The Nemesis Force Sword is only 40 DPS power melee, and this must be at least 70 odd with the nerf that it got in 2.3. What's Ace going to do now? Is he going to go straight to tier 3? I think he will. Obviously he will actually. Look at the amount of resources he has. Forest Radio is kind of stuck in tier 2. You might see him get a Dreadnought up. Maybe a Vindicator Assassin will be good. Pick off those Warrior Brood models and take pot shots at the Tyrant Guard. Raven Alpha with the Synapse Aura for damage. And tier 3 it is for Ace. Gonna finish that cap, but is he gonna be able to get away from this stuff? He retreats. Purifiers go in. But does not force melee combat with the Strike Squad. Might have finished him off, might not. Here comes the Tyrant Guard charging in. Now has no energy though. Purifiers using their energy field and now going after the Warrior Brood, are they? No, he's going after Termagants. And he's in full retreat. He just got caught in a bad position there. Should have sent the Purifiers straight after the Warrior Brood, but he wanted to get energy field up to disperse the Termagants. And then I think he got crippled and stuff, so I couldn't get where he wanted to. 314, 324, but not too bad. He got away. Here comes that Raven Alpha again to debuff these Purifiers. There we go. I think, yeah, it only debuffs a single model though, as you can see. So I suppose the damage debuff is only for a single model, but the speed debuff is for the whole squad, since if you debuff a single model speed, you're going to debuff the rest of them as well. 314, 309. 2-to-1 cap for Forest Radio is very close in VPs. Ace though is in tier 3 and has a load of requisition. Termagant's coming bottom to cap up the stuff. He's going to bash power, is he? Or maybe have a look, see what's going on. Here comes the Grey Knight army though. Tyrant Guard getting energy bursts, slowing its movement, draining its energy. 312, 296. Look at that. He had everything shooting at it, but as you can see, didn't do a whole lot to this Tyrant Guard. That's tough. Needs to try. Well, Vindicator Assassin would have been great. He's going for a Dreadnought though. Grey Knight Dreadnought on the way. 301, 296. It starts now, of course, with a Twinning Heavy Bolter, no longer the Multi-Melter, which I think overall you have to call a nerf to that big guy, because the Multi-Melter is an amazing weapon. Twinning Heavy Bolter, not so much. I mean, it suppresses from long range, big deal. I'm not sure how much damage it does. Maybe it does a really good amount of damage. I haven't actually seen it in the game yet properly, so hopefully we'll see it now unless he goes straight for a melee Dreadnought. There you see the Twin Linked Heavy Bolter. Awesome modelling job to get that thing on a Dreadnought, of course. Big blob runs away, and he's going for the Dreadnought Claw. We're going to see the new Maelstrom, which knocks down units. I've not actually seen this in action yet, so I want to see what it does exactly. 268, 296, 2-to-1 cap for red team. And there is the melee resistance aura. Grey Knight Dreadnought now. He used Maelstrom, but nothing was in the radius, I don't think. It's not going to knock down the Tyrant God, obviously. Is he going to attack it? What's he doing? Trying to hug it. There we go. Now he attacks. 250, 296. How much damage does this guy do? Does he? Is it just 100 DPS like the Space Marine Dreadnought? I think it does more. I think it does. Has 1300 hit points, which is not bad. And now he's going to try and finish off this Tyrant Guard. 225, 296. Card effects on the way for Ace. We might see a Thorn back. And with the melee resistance aura buff, those guys are scary. Purifiers, though, are going to finish off the Tyrant Guard. There we go. And that's a dead Raven Alpha as well. Wow. Grey Knight Dreadnought does not mess around. And look at this, he's gone for the Grenade Launcher. Top mounted, as you can see there. Let's see what it does. Fires grenades that do up to 50 grenade launcher damage in radius 3. Up to, because it's more damage in the center of the impact. So that'll fight independently, not bad. How much is it though? I didn't see how much it was. I think it's like 15 power or something. 188, 296. Yeah, the Dread is mad. I think it does more than 100 DPS. Yeah, I think it's 116 or something, 118, like the Vendread does, or something like that. Threat Squad level 2. Not too impressed with the Cybolt's ammunition so far, with how it did to the Tyrant Guard. I wonder if it's working properly.
We must reverse the course.
Here come Venom Brood and a Thornback Carnifex. Good luck with this. Purifiers do not want to fight that thing, really don't. And there's a Venom Brood there as well. He needs to back away here. I don't think he can fight this. He's going to try and fight it. He's trying to fight it. 188, 266. Ward goes up on the Purifiers, but who cares? It's a Carnifex. Whoa, Warrior Brood getting caught. I'm not sure why he went for the adrenal glands on this guy, because he didn't go for Genestealers, and he hasn't really used his Hormagaunts offensively, even though he got them Endless Swarm. I think the Barb Strangler would have been quite useful to control those Purifiers still and stuff. 188, 243. Grey Knight Dreadnought. He's almost level 2, he's doing well. Carnifex backing off. 1875 hit points on that guy now. 2-to-1 cap for forestradio. He's holding in there. Venom Brood with those anti-vehicle venom cannons, of course. What are we going to see? How is forestradio going to approach this? Is he happy to take on this engagement again? Looks like he is. Unfortunately for the Dreadnought, I think that Grenade Launcher is trying to attack the Carnifex. He doesn't want to do that. Oh, it's Nemesis Vortex up. I don't think Ace has spotted it. Now he has. And it's not going to hit anything, I don't think. No. 188, 214. He needs a Vindicator up. He needs a Vindicator up, I think. Or he should get Psycannons of both of his strike squads as well. Or something. He needs to do something proactive to take on this Carnifex. I don't think a Rhino is the answer because of that Venom Brood. Vindicator Assassin, surely. Does he have the resource? He doesn't have the resources for it. 188201. Rather than Alpha's not capping. There we go. Happens so often. Double cap for forestradio. Might get a very quick triple. No, that one is decapped just in time. Hell Fury dropped. Purifiers need to run away though. They don't want to stay there. There we go. Put his psychic field down. These guys need repair. This guy needs repairs, I should say. Stormtroopers are the repair unit for Grey Knights. Tyranids don't have a repair unit, which kind of sucks for them. They can't repair their own generators and their own structures and stuff. But most of them regenerate health apart from their generators. 188, 155, 2-ton cap. Venom Brute caught in a really bad place. Here comes a whole lot of shooting stuff. And they're behind cover, and look at the damage they're taking. It's gonna wipe them out with ranged fire, I think. Yeah. There's a Carnifex though, going absolutely ballistic. Hasn't used his Ripper Swarms yet. Does have a nuke ace. There's got a lot of power. He could get another Carnifex soon. Might get a Swarmlord or something. Swarmlord does not have melee resistance aura, I don't think. So Carnifex, a lot better in combat than the Swarmlord, unless you can get that flurry of blades or blade flurry off well. 188, 155. Stormtroopers in retreat. Dreadnought needs to back away. Did he use Maelstrom there? I missed it if he did. Damn it. Level 2 Dreadnought. What's that? That's 1430 hit points. Doom of Malantite on the way for Ace. Looks like he's confident he can take out the Dreadnought in a protracted firefight, or at least scare it off, so he's going for some anti-infantry power with the Doom of Malantite. Purifiers capping top. Are these guys relegated to a capping unit now? With this very scary Carnifex around. Ace of Swords doing a really good job balancing the need to keep his army together for power and capping stuff. Bombergon's breaking off constantly to cap. 160, 155. Has he gone for multiple Psy Cannons? He has. We'll see how this does. So there's 5 Psy Cannons now across 3 squads, and the Strat squad have their Psy bolts, so that should be a buffed Psy Cannon that they are firing. Going after the Warrior Brood. There's the energy burst. Man, it's still tanking it like crazy. Just shows you how powerful Marco Zinch CSM are, and Plasma Gun Tactical Marines when the Strat squad seem kind of underwhelming so far in their range damage, even with the Psy bolts and Psy Cannons equipped, but they are very good in melee combat, of course. I suppose that's the trade-off. Much better in melee combat than Marco Zinch CSM, but Tactical Marines with their Sergeant and stuff are not bad. 126, 155. You also, of course, get that support capability from the Justicar, so they are a very good generalist unit. Just having 2 of them at this stage in the game is not serving forestradio that well. He needs to not blob them up. He really has to not do that, because he could get charged by the Carnifex, which would basically force them both off, or get hit with Paroxysm, which might also force them both off. So he needs to not do that. He doesn't want both of them off the field at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 6, 7. Said that Mr. forestradio has a triple cap here. Not for long. Warrior Brood decapping top. Is Ace of Swords not getting the balance quite right at the moment? He's bunching up. Suppose he has to. There's still a blob of Grey Knights to fight, and this Dreadnought is still around. 1, 2, 3, 111. It's a very delicate balancing act. Hell Fury dropped on the Hormagaunts. They will tank it and cap, or at least try to tank it. Level 2 they are. Does a Raven have an armor? No, he doesn't. What about this guy? He's level 4, has that Vortex that we saw fail once. Has he used it again? I don't think he has. Why is the Dreadnought going top? Keep him mid. Carnifex chasing down Grey Knights. Still haven't seen this guy spit out his Rippers. Ace of Swords can use a nuke. forestradio stuck in tier 2. Lots of shooty stuff. There's a Paroxysm and a Tyranid formation. That is nasty. Ouch. Nuke comes up very, very quickly in Elite Mod, and he's giving models as they retreat as well. Really good play. Paroxysm into the nuke, he just didn't see it quickly enough. And the Dreadnought needs to back away. There's a Nemesis Vortex. Can he get it off this time? Is Ace going to notice? Slows down the units, and then it detonates. It looks like he's going after this unit, which are trying to cap boom. But yeah, level 2 Termagants with Ender Swarm will live through it. It's something you need to follow up with your army, I think. And we see these two very tough melee walkers duking it out. Some repair support maybe? No. From the Stormtroopers? No. This might be a dead Dreadnought now. 119, 95 I should say. 1-to-1 cap. There's the Maelstrom, which knocked down the Ripper. Didn't see it knock down the Termagants though. Maybe we need to be closer. There's Psychic Field on them. You gonna finish them off? Not quite. They do get away, but he stopped the cap on mid. And he's still looking okay, forestradio. He's keeping his stuff alive. Purifiers have actually done quite well for him on their way to level 3. Not as killy as he would have hoped with the Tyrant Guard hitting the field and now the Carnifex. I'm surprised, well, surprised he hasn't got a Vindicator out, but he might never have had enough requisition with all the reinforcing. Does he even have the pop for one? No, he doesn't. That's why injured. He has 97 pop. He can't buy anything. You fool. What about Ace? He's got another Carnifex on the way. So yeah, he's stuck. He's stuck with this army unless he suicides something. forestradio. Is this double strat squad base enough to carry him through? They're both, well no, level 4 and level 3 I should say. These guys almost level 4. Both with the Psycannons, both with Cybolts, both with the Justicars. Really needs to focus down the warriors. Get those Synapse bombs going off. Maybe just try and avoid the Carnifexes until everything else is dead. It's not going to be easy though, but especially if they charge in. Needs to do a better job splitting these guys up, I think. Doom Malantai is down though. Did not see it go down, but it is down. He's a lot squishier now, the Doom Malantai, now that he lost his shield. See him go down a lot more often. Just a straight up range fire a lot of the time. Brother Captain puts ward on himself, but these are now melee Synapse Hormagaunts with over 1600 hit points. Not bashing power. He knows that Ace is floating tons of power, so I don't think he's really bothered about that. Ace with double Carnifexes. This guy with a Barb Strangler, which was recent. I think it was buffed in Beta 11, so not that recent, but it was buffed. Right squad backing away. Barb Strangler doing such good work, but Purifiers are on it, and this Carnifex will not have the melee resistance aura. Massive engagement here. Energy burst on the warriors. Good play from forestradio to keep alert to that. Spore mines on the field spit out by the Barb Strangler. Carnifex has a Hell Fury 10540. It's a 2-to-1 for Forest. He's staying on point in terms of his VPs, but he might lose a triple now because Ravenor's capping there and Hormagaunts are capping mid. Bang, he lost that is a lot of reinforcing to do. Oh, look at that, he didn't actually lose a strat squad model, so it's not that much. He lost some purgation models. These guys are almost level 4. Brother Captain trying to get his Hormagaunts off the cap. Carnifex being annoying and walking in front of him. Nemesis Vortex will go off. Will it finish him off? Not quite. Can he finish him off with his staff? That's a sync kill. That's not what he wanted to do. And the Hormagaunts get away. Amazing. They finish the cap and get away. Now he's going to try and decap. 73-32. Triple cap for Ace. It's very close. What an awesome 1v1. Here comes the mass of shooty Grey Knights again with those Purifiers in front. We have the Plasma Gun. Stormtroopers also. Ouch, there is that Barb Strangler though, that is nasty. Double cap for Ace, so we might see him win this. Yep, GG says forestradio. Was it worth him sacrificing something to get the Vindicator Assassin?
Is our shame.
I mean, he played well with what he had, but what he had didn't seem to be enough to deal with that Carnifex. He just couldn't deal with it. The double strat squad slightly underwhelming in their damage output. I know they do a lot more than damage, and maybe that's why you shouldn't go double strat squad. Very heavy, very good in tier 1, I should say, double strat squad. But going forward, does it carry the threat that you want? Maybe it was just the composition of Ace that screwed him over, because usually, I mean, double strike with purifiers and purgation and a dreadnought, that's going to kill a lot of stuff, but he just couldn't break down this Carnifex. And Ace kept his capping going, actually lost both of his Termagant Broods at the end, but kept his warriors alive. Still think he should have kept the Barbed Strangler, and he takes it. Look how close it was though, 36-32, Forest Radio did well. Tyranids is not easy to play against. There you have it guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.